Hey everyone, ready to crack the code to financial freedom? Let's dive into today's journey from broke to billionaire.
Let me take you back to my childhood, growing up in a small town in Hawaii. I was just a kid with big dreams and a curious mind. I had two father figures in my life, two men who shaped my understanding of money in very different ways. One was my biological father, a highly educated man who believed in the traditional path. You know the one. Go to school, get good grades, find a secure job, and work hard. That's what he did. He had a PhD and worked for the government, but despite all his education and hard work, money was always a struggle for him. He believed in working for money, and that's exactly what he did, every day of his life. The other man, my best friend's father, had a very different approach. He didn't have a college degree, but he was an entrepreneur, a man who built businesses and made investments that allowed him to create wealth. He taught me a lesson that changed my life. The poor work for money. The rich have money work for them. That statement stuck with me. It opened my eyes to a new way of thinking about money. It wasn't about working harder for a paycheck. It was about understanding how money works and using it to create wealth. As I got older, I started working small jobs, absorbing lessons from both men. I sold goods, worked in a store, anything to learn the value of money. But my journey took a significant turn when I joined the Marine Corps. I became a helicopter gunship pilot during the Vietnam War. It was a time that taught me discipline, courage, and the importance of leadership. But even then, I knew I wanted something more than just a job. I wanted freedom. After my military service, I ventured into business. My first big idea was selling Velcro wallets for surfers. This was back in the 1970s, and those wallets took off. But as any entrepreneur knows, success isn't always smooth sailing. I made mistakes, big ones. Eventually, the business went under, and I found myself broke. But I didn't let that stop me. Failure was just another lesson, a stepping stone to something greater. I remembered what my rich dad had taught me. Winners are not afraid of losing. Failure is part of the process of success. In 1997, I decided to share what I'd learned from both of my fathers. I wrote a book that contrasted their philosophies, one who struggled financially despite his education, and the other who achieved financial freedom through entrepreneurship and investing. That book was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It wasn't just a success, it was a phenomenon. Translated into dozens of languages, sold millions of copies worldwide, and most importantly, it started a global conversation about financial education. Today, I've achieved the financial freedom I once only dreamed about. Through investments in real estate, oil, and precious metals, I've built a net worth estimated at around $100 million. But more important than the money is the freedom. Freedom to live life on my own terms, to help others, and to share what I've learned along the way. If there's one thing I want you to take away from my story, it's this. Don't be afraid to challenge the status quo. Don't be afraid to learn, to fail, and to grow. Your mindset is your greatest asset. Invest in your financial education, and you can achieve the freedom you desire.
That's a wrap for today. Remember, your journey to financial freedom starts with one bold decision. Share your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.